It's a Super Bowl rematch twice over. It's The Coach. This is week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, no Joe Montana, Ken Anderson, or even Boomer Esiason. 16-23 between the San Francisco 49ers and the Cincinnati Bengals.
All right, Coach, it is a warm and pretty picturesque late summer afternoon at Paul Brown Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Cincinnati Bengals. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Bengals, and leading them is the same man that's led them since 2011. Their second leading passer in franchise history, and that's Andy Dalton. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Mixon with it. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Passing, it's Dalton. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The numbers for Eifert in that game last week: 4 catches, 59 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands.
Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Nick Bosa in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
I got you.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
A check on Breida's numbers from last week. 15 carries, 98 yards, too shy of 100.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Matt Breida out of Georgia Southern now in his 3rd year in a 49er uniform. He was tough to keep off the field last year. Very good yards per carry, 5.3 on 153 attempts. Good for over 800 yards rushing. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
I got you.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He finds Coleman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's third down. On third down, here's Coleman. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for 15 to the down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers, too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right. And
he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this. They still playing.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Check. Watch 54. Rip left.
Dalton, 1st and 10. He gets this one to Boyd. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been. And he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Here we go.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins got home that time. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Throwing on second and long. Garoppolo flushed out right. He'll run it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third.
Hey, gun. Hey, Steve 6. He's checking.
Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
Here we go.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. There's the first NFL catch for South Carolina's Deebo Samuel. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
I got you. 12, fellas, here we go. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Move.
Garoppolo, after the fake give to Breida, completes it to the tight end Kittle. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Here we go. Like 20. 21. Here we go. Hey, gun. Check three.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold with the extra point. He's definitely making his mark early in the year from the tight end position. 2 games played, 2 touchdowns.
And from what I've seen on tape so far this year, his ability to use the fakes well, his body in the red zone, they should continue to look his way through the entire season.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little well on this drive, and it was third and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here.
You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Alert! Hey! High 7! We got double up.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
1 Omaha. Check. Lucky. 13.
On first down, Garoppolo. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. On the screen, this is Coleman. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They'll run it with Coleman. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short, and the Bengals will get the football back. Now Dalton. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Dalton. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. The final act of the first half. Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They were winners a week ago over the Bucs. They lead here as well as they come up on first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Breida to get the 3rd quarter started. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
21. Here we go.
There's Garoppolo to throw. Goodwin able to haul it in. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Garoppolo on first down. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. This is Breida. And he's got some space here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On second down, a run with Breida. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On second down, here's Mixon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here's Dalton. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo completes it to Coleman. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Garoppolo now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
11. Safety's creeping.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
I got you. Check it back. 65.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. They'll roll him out right. He's going to let this go deep. Back over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Well, that's complete to Sanders.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll take this up to about the 7- or 8-yard line. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Dalton on the draw to Mixon. And an alley to run. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Mixon. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48. Bernard churning, and he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Watch the screen.
On first down, here's Breida. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Right back to Coleman here on first down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. In on the stop, Mason Foster, who was 7th in the NFL in tackles a year ago. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 17-yard line. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
As many games as the two of us do, I would hope that one day we'll be able to solve this riddle. Why is it on a hot day that one team has more trouble with the heat than another, and especially when you can't stop a guy running the ball?
You know it's September in the booth, though, when you and I have both removed our coats, and those were gone in the first quarter.
They were gone in the first quarter, and what we're watching now is a defense mentally giving in and sagging a little bit because they haven't been able to stop them.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now here's Goodwin with it on the jet sweep. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? This is Mixon on the draw. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Andy Dalton dumps it off to Mixon. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
23 yards on the play.
Here we go. Wait, 80. Check. Watch 54. Watch it.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Garoppolo's going to throw it. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touch, they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
To Mixon on the check down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Dalton, 1st and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. A draw play for Mixon. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. It's do or die for Dalton. He's got his man. This is Tate. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. So the victory here for San Francisco. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime,